Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Greeting everyone. Today I will show you how to use the Owasp ZAP. This tools is the one uh, we use to scan for the vulnerability of the web app. And today I will going to scan the sample web app, which is using the Metasploitable. Metasploitable is a system that give me a sample lab, especially for the web application, and you can go ahead and download the ISO file for Metasploitable if you want to play around with this, and basically just need to load into your virtual machine or virtual box, and then you just need to log in using MSF admin, and the password is MSF admin. And then after that, you can go to the IP of your Metasploitable machine. And yeah, basically there is some of the lab we can use here. For example, the first one is Utility, and also the DVA, DVWA, and we will use this one to test the scanning using the Owasp ZAP. And basically, when you run the Owasp ZAP for the first time, it will uh, show the pop-up that you need to pick one option whether you want to persist the session using the current time, or you want to persist the session using the specify the name, and you don't need to persist the session. So if you select the persist the session, then everything you've done here will be auto save. And if you select not no, and it will not be saved. I will select no because I will not save it automatically. If I need the session, I will just process it manually using this menu. Okay, basically in this tutorial, I will focusing on the manual explore. You can also do the automatic scan here, and just this one is the simplest one. You just need to input the URL address of your web app, and you just need to click the attack and let the Owasp ZAP scan it for you automatically. But this one you need to wait for a long time, especially when you also use the HX spider here. It will require a lot of resource of your computer, because it will spawn the uh, so much browser instance on your local machine, for example. And yeah, basically we can achieve all of the scan manually as well, but this automatic scan will uh, perform automatically for all of the vulnerability that that exists maybe in your application. But you need to set up the authentication first for your web app on this automatic scan, because if you don't, it will only scan the, what is it, the surface only, not authenticating. And yeah, I will show you how to do manual explore. Just need to click this one, manual explore, and in this case we will use the DVWA here uh, to test. And you can select the browser. I will select Chrome, and I will going to enable the HUD. You can launch the browser here. Basically, the HUD is only the information that appear on your browser. sorry, not Firefox, but Chrome. The HUD is the like dashboard, not dashboard, but only the information that appear on your browser when you do the manual explore. Basically, that information can also be found in here. Yeah, let's launch the browser. Yeah, if you enable the HUD, it will appear the information like this in the right side and on the left side as well. You can take the tutorial on the HUD. I will recommend that one if you are new to Owasp ZAP to getting familiar with it. And if not, then you just need to continue to the target. Okay, in here, uh, the Owasp ZAP act like a proxy. It will listen every traffic that you do in that browser. For example, you can see here the WebSocket. This is the log of the traffic of the WebSocket and also the history. The historical tab is intended for the HTTP request only. And if you see here, there already an alert about this application. Uh, this is the alert that can be found when you firstly open that page. And basically, when we open this page, we will do some requests, and yeah, the OWASP sub will examine, it will what is it? It will examine the traffic, will scan for the traffic and look for the uh, vulnerability that is exists in here. Okay, and yeah, I'm going to first log into the application using the admin and the password. Oh, before that, as we know that some of the web app using the session. So basically, we will activate that session, this HTTP session when we are successfully logged into the application. Uh, you can click add if not this tab is not appear. So as default, the HTTP session tab will not appear, and you need to add the tab using this plus button and pick this one, HTTP session. This is important for you to activate the session once you have logged into your application. So the what is it, the request that is scanned by the OWASP sub will be authenticated. If you don't activate that session, the OWASP sub will not be able to authenticate to your application. So first thing, we need to log in first, and then after that, we back to the OWASP sub and activate that session. If you can see the site here, there is a lot some active site that opened by our browser, maybe in the background or in the surface. This is our domain or our web IP. And if you see here, there is a session, and you can right click in that session and set it as active. Okay. Then I will show you how to manually explore for the vulnerability. We know that in the DVWA, we can perform uh, simple some simple attacks, for example, like XSS reflected here, and also the SQL injection, CSRF, and so on. First, I will enable the level of the security to be low, so just to learning purpose, so we don't need to use high level. Okay, first we want to test this page, for example, you can copy this one. No, maybe first the main point is in this history. You can clear this one, and then you can reload the page so that this request is appear in this history. And you can just right click on this request history and then perform the active scan. The difference between active scan in here and the active scan previously in the first page is the active scan that you perform here will only scan actively on this particular URL. But for the active scan that appear on the first page of when you start the page for the first time, it will actively scan for all of the link on your the possible link on your web application. It will take much time to perform active scan for all, but it will not require a long time. It will need short time to do this active scan for this particular URL. Let's start the scan. Actually, the scan will use the active session that we have activated earlier. So after you perform this active scan, you can see new alert here, the high risk one. And yeah, this is not what we are searching. So basically we want to search the vulnerability, the XSS vulnerability that happen in this page. So to do that, you need to first perform the uh, request that have the request that has the parameter on it. To do that, first one, you want to clear this log first, and then you need to input anything in here. So this will log to the Owasp ZAP history the request that have the request that has the query parameter in here. So then we can do the active scan again. When if you see here, this is the request that we perform in the uh, DVWA for the query param. When you click and attack, the alert is updated to 3, previously 2. And let's see here. Yes, we got the cross-site scripting in here. This is what we are expected, right? And yeah, in here we can see that the Owasp sub has tried to perform this nasty thing. For example, this is the URL example, and this is the payload of the attack. So basically, this payload can be inputted into the input text in here, and then can copy here, and let's see that the script is executed, and that's caused the XSS vulnerability to be appear. Okay, okay, we will also maybe do the same for the SQL injection. First, we need to clear the history, so it will be clean. Okay, and then Let's do a text scan. We'll pause the video because maybe it takes some time. Okay, the scan is finished, and as we can see it in the alert tab, we have new vulnerability item here, the SQL injection, and you can read the detail here. So this is the URL, and you can use this payload to perform the SQL injection attack. Uh, yeah, I think that's all today for the Owasp ZAP, and I'm focusing on the manual scan. Thank you for watching.